Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Now today we're going to take a look at Shaiya. This is a free-to-play 3D fantasy MMORPG. It has some really cool different gaming elements and PvP and stuff like that. But let's get started. So we're going to take a look. You got 4 different servers you can choose from. Let's go ahead and jump in on Gaia. I'm really hoping that the music isn't too loud, but essentially you have 2 options here. You have the Alliance of Light and you have the Union of Fury, and it's 2 separate factions. And it really doesn't matter which side you choose. You're going to have 2 options as far as races are concerned on either side. But inside of those races, the classes that you have, they're named differently, but they're essentially the exact same thing. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Union of Fury, because they have a little bit of different as far as the races are concerned. On the Alliance of Light, you have the humans and the elves. But let's go ahead. Now, once you choose this, you're stuck on that faction. Now, you can always go to another server, start a character, and not have to, and not have those limitations. So you can choose to play the Alliance of Light, but you can't play one of each faction on the same server. So now you have a couple different things here. Let's go ahead and create our character. And you can see here we have 2 different options. You have the Death Eater, and then you have the Veil. And it's taken a second for my guys to, actually I think I have to, there we go, I have to check off a class. So with the Veil you have 3 different options. You have the Assassin, the Pagan, and the Oracle. With the Death Eater you have the Warrior, the Guardian, and the Hunter. So they're pretty standard class types. Warrior is your DPS fighter, Guardian is your tank, Hunter is your long-ranged bow wielder. Then when you go to the Veil, you've got your Assassin, which is kind of your thief, backstabbing type. Then you have your Pagan, which is your magic wielding type, and then you have your Oracle, which is essentially kind of your healing type. So I'm going to go ahead and go with a Veil, and then I'm going to go with a Pagan, and let's take a look at some of the options to actually edit your character look and feel and stuff like that. So there's actually quite a few different hairstyles, but it's really funny because it doesn't show you like a number or anything along those lines. But you can quickly scroll through and see all the different options that you have. So we're going to go ahead and go with that one. And then let's see, you've got face. So quite a few different faces, some different things like, you know, eyes and stuff like that that change. And then height, you've got a few different options. Let's actually go with the tallest one. Yeah, it was that last one. So now here's where the game really gets interesting. So you have a few different options here as far as your mode is concerned. And you've got the easy mode, and you can see with the easy mode you get stat bonus. So these things are every time you level up, you're going to get it, statistically, you're going to get 5 points to assign. Skill bonus, you get 3. And this is recommended mode for beginners, first timers playing Shaiya. Experience gain is about twice as fast as the normal mode. Now if you move into normal, you can see these gains are basically the same. But standard rated EXP and bonus gain, and you must reach level 40 in this mode before you can start a new character in the hard mode. But you can actually, I think they opened the hard mode up recently, but you can see the stat bonuses are different. Much more experience is required to level up, so there's a lot more grinding, making sure you're doing quests and stuff like that. But the special items and things like that are much more prevalent, so to say. And then once you get into the ultimate, that's where everything really gets crazy. The EXP slows way down, but as far as your items and things of that nature, the value and things like that are really pretty crazy. We're going to jump into normal, so let's go ahead and hit OK. Oh, I guess I better name my character. So almost forgot the most important part. And there we go. So now she's named. Let's go ahead and hit OK. We've got our character, so you can see she's got a little wand, and this is our little starting city. So let's jump into the game. So I think it's really interesting that they do the game mode. Here's your normal cutscene. It takes a second to load, not very long, but I think it's really cool that they do that, and you could play in those game modes. Now, one thing I wasn't able to research and find out about, maybe one of you guys can tell me in the comments, is whether you only play with individuals that are in the same game mode as you. So like right now, because I chose normal, let me know if, or let us all know if you only play with characters that are also in the normal range. So let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to head over and talk to this guy. You can see graphically the game is a little bit dated as far as the graphics are concerned, but that also means that your requirements to play the game are a little bit lower. So you can see these little symbols show above a guy's head. Now when you talk to him, you have the options. You can hit OK to, you know, say yeah, fine, what you said, or you hit talk, and that brings up your first little bit of your first quest. So let's take the quest And let's bring up, actually that's L, brings up this little light, which is kind of weird. Now one other thing that's really cool before we get too far is you can move all this stuff around. So you can move your map around, you can move your characters around, you can move all these different things around to really customize this stuff exactly the way you want it, which I think is a pretty cool little feature. So K brings up your skills, so you see right now I have 5 points to assign. Now one thing that I noticed when I did play the game a little bit, getting up in levels, you almost get more points than you can spend. So we want to get Magic Arrow because we need something that's going to go ahead and do some damage for us. And you can see you've got passive, which I picked up this mana training, which increases the maximum mana. Then I got basic, which is this Magic Arrow. Let's go ahead and assign that a hotkey. Let's drop that right there. Then you got combat, which I don't have any yet. And then we've got this special, which is this Blood Karma. So it increases both the physical and magical attack power by 15 and reduces your maximum hit points for 20 seconds. You know what, let's see if we can train in that. Sure, why not? So we got our first buff. We went ahead and used it. Some pretty cool little graphic right there, animation you could say. Now moving around, it doesn't seem as fluid as newer games, but like I said, the game is a little bit dated as far as that stuff is concerned. But let's see if we can find our quest menu. So there's the item mall. We don't need that right now. This is going to be our character. Let's see what we have here. Do we have any stats to assign? Now when you want to assign stats, you go to these stat points, and we don't have any usable points, and that's how you basically upgrade your stats. And then you've got our inventory, which we've got a couple apples. Then we've got our skills. What's this one? Our sub skills. I think there's our quest list. So there we go. We need to take out some of these spiders. Pretty easy. They're right there. Let's go ahead and start dropping some magical bombs on them. So as you can see, the magic is pretty powerful, especially right out of the gate. You can see your opponent's health and stuff like that in the upper left. We've got to take out 2 more of these guys, so it won't take too much longer. 1 more. There we go. And they're dropping different stuff, and I'm going to go back around and pick up the different items that they're dropping. Let's just take this one out. And then we leveled up. So picked up those gold coins. Got a few more gold coins over here that I heard them drop. Now it is kind of a little bit clunky as far as picking that stuff up. I wish there was just a hotkey that I can use. There might be. I just haven't researched it enough. But we did level up, so let's hit the K. So we got our 5 points. Now this skill we can't upgrade again until we reach level 20, so we can't touch that. Let's see what else we have here. Body Protector. So increases your physical defense by 12 for 15 minutes, so another buff. Let's go ahead and throw some points in that. Anytime you can get some buff, it's always a good thing. So cast that on ourselves, and that's basically it. We have the town portal, but we're not going to train in that right now because we don't need to run to the town. So we completed our quest. Let's head over to this guy and turn it in. Now one thing I can tell you is while you're moving around, we can zoom out a little bit, but while you're moving around, if you try and look around with your cursor, the game will automatically push your camera back to behind your character. So you want to take, and if you want to move around, you gotta hit an auto run, or you can take and you can click way over there and your guy will run, and then you can look around your character and stuff like that. So let's head over here and talk to this guy, turn in this quest. Let's talk, and it automatically turns us in. We got 50 experience and 330 gold. Now one big thing that Shaiya is touted for is its PvP. The PvP is pretty intense. It's pretty crazy. I haven't been able to take part in it yet, but for everything I heard and that I read about, the PvP is really pretty crazy, and the upper level items when characters are maxed out at level 60 are pretty nuts. So maybe some of you guys who play the game regularly can comment on some of the PvP. You can see right here, here's a guy running around. Doritos is inviting me, so I'm gonna let him grind me away a little bit. My guess is that he's inviting me and he's just gonna run around, and a lot of times the higher level characters will run around and just take out a lot of the lower level monsters just to help lower level characters level up faster. Because the truth is in a lot of these different games, especially since this one is so PvP heavy and end game heavy, getting lower level characters leveled up is always a good thing. And besides, this guy has a cool name, so Doritos. And I love Doritos. So we need to actually head over this way to talk to a different guy. You can see we've got our mini map there, and he's resting a little bit. You can bring up your map to see the full area, we're actually down here right now, and I believe the guy we need to talk to turn this quest in is over in this direction. So we can head into town there. I thought he was over here. Let's see. Maybe he's over this way. So we're going to cruise over that way. And you can see chat is pretty active as far as that stuff is concerned. It's not really active, but it's active enough. And you can see we saw some other players running around and fighting and stuff like that. Now he saw that I took off from the area, so he decided that that I wasn't worthy of his group anymore. So let's see where we're going here. Trying to figure out I think we went the wrong way. I think we need to go inside town to turn in this quest. Let's bring up the quest menu. Oh, that's right. Quest is actually U. Really weird key for it, but it's U. So, wild boars, blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you, stay sharp. This is just for your ability. Okay, you should return to the Ardent Security after hunting 5 rough ground tiny boars. So, I thought that was the guy that I originally talked to, but maybe not. It might actually be that I need to head into town. Now, one cool thing is you have some pretty cool little moves while you're running around. So let me get my guy kind of heading over this bridge, and I'll show you some of them. So I'm going to click way over there so I can keep moving. Now I can double tap and do some different kind of evasive actions, I guess you could say. Now I'm guessing that some of those might come in handy for PvP. Not sure exactly how the PvP works as far as, if a guy's got to be directly in front of you, or if those skills really increase different types of evasion when you're playing the PvP battles and things of that nature. So, but some pretty cool little moves, and cool little animations. So it looks like this guy actually has a quest for us. That's not actually the guy that we needed to talk to turn in our other quest. But let's see, what does he want us to do? So basically you can scroll down. Now it doesn't have, these are highlighted. It's just kind of giving you an idea. It's just telling you who you need to go talk to. Not exactly who that person is or who we need to kill or anything like that. And unfortunately, because the game is a little bit dated, you don't have the ability to just auto click and auto run in that direction. But we did find the guy we have to turn our quest into, and he's got another quest for us. And you can see here's our little quest tracker or quest goal. We can move that around. You put it over here or wherever. I'm actually going to put it over here because I'm used to it being over there. So let's see what else we have here. Now what's really cool is you've got these different taskmasters and the armorers and weaponsmith and stuff like that in town. And one thing that I found is the stuff that they have for sale right out of the gate is actually useful. Now it's really rare to find a lot of guys that are actually useful sometimes when you're playing some of these games. It's pretty amazing to me that the ones that you find in here are useful right out of the gate. But the thing is I think the game is trying to get you to so you can see here, like these are useful. They've got stat bonuses and things like that. Now they do have some level limits and stuff like that. And you can see usable by warriors, guardians, and let's see, where are the ones for my class? Hunters, assassins, and let's see if we can find them. There we go, pagans and oracles. So toga muffler, let's pick that up. Now you actually, it's really weird to purchase it. You just drag and drop it onto your inventory. You can't just, at least I can't double click it. I can double click and take off running, but I can't double click it and just drop it onto my my inventory. So we pick those up. Let's equip them, and you can see it changes on your character. So you definitely have the opportunity to equip a lot of different items and get your character looking pretty cool with the different items that you find, not only through your adventures, but through questing and also through the different merchants and stuff like that. But we're going to pick up all these different quests. It's always nice to pick up as many quests as you can, because once you get outside, then you end up completing a whole bunch at the same time. So this person wants us to go take out some larvae. He wants some, what was that? Some tooth of a black puma, and then I think there's one more, yeah, shell of the larva. So like I said, you end up doing a bunch of these that are exactly the same. So, and here's one of the different battles that they have. Join us for the battle for Medius in 10 minutes. So all those different things are going on. And here's your guild. So it's pretty cool. Your guilds can actually level up, and you can see here the different things that your guilds start having the ability to do when you're leveled up in your guild, like being able to take from the guild warehouse. You can see that and you know, things of that nature. So let's see what else. These are all your social things, buddy, block, party, stuff like that. Let's see what else those are the different options. Let's see if we can find these larvae. I think they're the black spot on our mini map there. But while I cruise down there, I'm going to have to call it. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. And if you'd like to play or learn more about Shaiya, you can read our full review at MMOden.com or just click the link in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.